I'm gonna hope it like stays the same. Hold on. Oh my god! Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome, and thank you for stopping by. And if you're not new here, then thank you for coming back. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alyssa. Some people call me Liz. I don't know, that's really it. I'm gonna have to start figuring things out to say at the beginning of my videos for those of you who don't know me. But thank you again for stopping by. So as you can see by the title of this video, today is going to be a girl talk. So I'm very excited to do this video because I really enjoy watching these type of videos. I think they're very insightful. You always get good advice from people. And I personally think it's really good having like a different perspective of someone that's been through similar things or that has, you know, similar experiences. So it's always nice to get a different perspective. So that is why I chose to do this video today. But before we get ahead at all, I have to have a quick little celebration and say thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully I don't cut that out. But knowing me and listening to my voice, I'm gonna be like, eh. But yes, thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers. I know we're a little above now. I literally created a whole video celebrating. I made a cake, turned out terrible, and I was like, there's no way I can post this. Like, this is embarrassing. So this is going to be our, I guess, 1K celebration. Just me talking to you guys, giving you my advice on certain things. And even though it's a girl talk, you know, sometimes there's things that other people are able to kind of listen to in these advice videos. So it is a girl talk, but we'll be talking and delving into topics that are obviously not that are gender neutral. But yes, so if you want to hear, I guess, anything related to social media, relationships, healthy habits, mental wellness, anything, literally just keep on watching this video, and I'm very excited to start talking to you guys. Okay, so I asked a while back on my Instagram, which will be linked on the screen and linked down below in every video, but I asked you all on my Instagram on like one of those question things to give me topics or questions for a girl talk video. So I'm gonna pull that up on my Instagram and we're gonna start answering some questions or topics that you guys have that you would like for me to talk about. Also, before I get ahead of myself, please know, like, everyone has their own perspective, their own opinions, so anything that I say doesn't invalidate your opinions or experiences at all. I have my own perspective, my own experience, so please take anything I say, like, please don't get like offended by it or anything, because that is not my intention at all. I'm just sharing my advice, my experience, and my opinion on certain things that you guys have asked me about. Okay, so we are going to start. I did 2 of these, by the way, so I'm gonna look at both of them. Okay, so the first question I have, favorite way to practice self-care. Now, this question is really good because I personally feel like everyone has their own experience and their own way of practicing self-care, so I am just gonna share mine. But personally, when I want like a day to just practice self-care and a day to myself, I literally just take that time to have that personal space and time to myself. So whether that be going to get my nails done, getting my eyebrows done, just chilling in the car making a video, like that literally is self-care for me as well, because I'm able to kind of share any thoughts or emotions that I have and just explain them to you guys. Or, you know, conversing with someone is also what I do when I'm recording. I love to do face mask. I have nights where I'll just take baths and do a face mask, maybe read a book, watch a show, go on Netflix, and really just, I love to journal. I'm not going to sit here and say the way I practice self-care is like go-to, because I know a lot of people have different ways they journal, or some of them manifest, some people do affirmations. I have started getting into ways to do affirmations and journaling a lot more consistently recently, and I definitely really enjoy it. I think it really helps me get my emotions out and any goals that I have set for that day, or just reflect on things that happen throughout my day. If you would like to see a ways I practice my self-care or a self-care routine, definitely let me know in the comments, because that's definitely something I would love to do. I think it'd be fun to do. I just don't know like if it's interesting to watch, but that is the way I would say I practice my self-care. Okay, the next question, best piece of relationship advice. This is like honestly, I guess my best piece of relationship advice is like what, Alyssa? Reciprocate energy. So I don't know, golden rule, like love someone how you would want to be loved. I guess that's my best piece of relationship advice, because everyone has different relationship experiences. Some people have really positive ones, they never have anything wrong in their relationship. Some people have not so good relationships, but they may portray it completely differently on social media. So my personal only piece of advice I can give you is to reciprocate energy. Give that person your best, your all, which is the same that you would want to receive, but also make sure that you're prioritizing yourself, your feelings, and your emotions, and never give that up for someone else. Because I personally feel like if someone really loves you and cares for you in a relationship, then they're not going to make you lessen yourself or lessen, you know, your priorities of yourself just to love them. Does that make sense? I think it does. I hope it does. Someone said, why do men suck? Next question. How important is self-love? I cannot stress this enough, that self-love is so important. I cannot stress this enough, that self-love is literally the most important thing that you could ever do. Love yourself so much, because people always say like you know, others can't love you until you learn to love yourself. A lot of people may disagree with that. I personally used to disagree with it, because I don't know, sometimes, you know, someone may teach you how to love yourself, but it is so important to make sure that you are valuing yourself and loving yourself to the greatest extent, because at the end of the day, whenever we all leave this earth, you are your only person. You are your own self, and you have to care and strive to be the best version of yourself that you can on the time that we have here. So I think it's very important to love yourself, love who you are, because obviously you were created from whatever. You were created because you're the best. Like, there's only one version of you, and if you have a twin or triplets, like, y'all are still the best, okay? Like, you are your own person. There's literally only one version of you. Like, obviously, if you were supposed to be like someone else, then there would be, you know, like, there wouldn't be you, if that even makes sense. But you have to love yourself to the best of your ability, even if that means taking it day by day and learning to love yourself. You just have to make sure that that's always your greatest priority, because finding inner love and true happiness is literally the gateway to, I would say, personal success. When you learn to love yourself and value yourself, you will feel so confident. You'll feel like your greatest person, your greatest being, and whatever you do, and then it'll just make you strive to do the best of your ability in every aspect of life. So definitely learn to love yourself every day. Talk to the mirror every day and tell yourself how much you love yourself, because it's greatly important. And yeah. Okay, so I really like this question. The next one is ways you have taken care of yourself physically during the so hair, clothes, etc. I think this is very important, because again, social media just puts it out there that like everyone has to be perfect and feeling great all the time, especially right now. I've always seen posts saying like, oh, if this person hasn't checking up on you during the pandemic, like, you know who your real friends are, blah 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 blah. But that's not true at all. No one owes you anything, and you don't owe anybody else anything, especially during a time like this where we are in the middle of a because people are losing jobs, people are losing family members, friends, people are losing a lot of stuff right now, and you can't expect others to be so positive all the time and always contribute to your well-being, because they may be lacking their own personal well-being or self-love at that time as well. So I think it's very important to just value and take care of yourself. Don't try, obviously every once in a while, like, it's good to check up on your friends and family, see how they're doing, but always prioritize yourself, especially in times like now, because when we're kept in the house all the time in different circumstances, like, that can really be detrimental. I'm so sorry, I can't speak today. That could really be detrimental to your mental health. So you just want to make sure that you're doing your best to take care of that. Even at times when you think you're doing well, just kind of find peace and listen to your body, listen to your emotions and everything, and just value that, because mental health is very important. So you want to make sure you're caring for yourself during these times. But back to the actual question, ways I've taken care of myself. So as you guys probably see in most of my videos, I try to always have my nails done. It's not even like, obviously your physical appearance is good if it makes you feel well. I personally like being able to be up upkept and like make myself look presentable, because it kind of contributes to the way that I'm feeling. If my nails are always done and my eyebrows are always done, then I just feel more confident and I feel at my best self. But obviously that's not something that everyone has to do. But for me, taking care of myself physically, I've gotten my nails done. Luckily in my area there has been nail salons that are open. We just have to have our mask on, of course. I do hair mask. I try to keep up with a positive hair care routine because I'm still like trying to get to know my hair and the type of hair I have, because it's been through a lot, but that's a video for another time. And then clothes, I online shop a lot. Don't recommend. My bank account does not approve. Definitely don't recommend. But I do online shop on like Shein or Pretty Little Thing or Fashion Nova, different stores. That just kind of helps me feel at my best too, because I'm able to have a cute outfit, something I've never worn before, or just go out and take pictures. So doing that has helped me feel good physically. But as I said before, like doing all these things by journaling or just listening to myself, listening to my body, and making sure I'm okay mentally and emotionally is definitely what has helped me maintain a somewhat positive mental health during this time. Okay, this one is also very important. How do you know when you're in a toxic relationship? This is also like a difficult subject because again, I can't speak for everyone. Like people have their own versions and expectations and boundaries, so it's hard to say like what's toxic for someone else than what's toxic in my opinion, if that makes sense. But I feel like the underlying like factor or common denominator, whatever, okay, Justin Bieber, the common denominator between like every toxic relationship, I feel like, is when it's just detrimental to your emotions. And what I mean by that is like if you're in a relationship and that person is constantly making you feel down, constantly making you feel stressed, overwhelmed, sad of course, or just not feeling at your best self, I think that is a toxic relationship. Because if you have to continue to find ways to make yourself happy in that person, or if you're only feeling happy when things are going well with that person, then you're not genuinely happy, which means you're probably not in the best relationship. So I just feel like factors like that, obviously there's a lot of like emotional, mental, physical things that could all obviously like mean that you're not in the best relationship, that you may be in a toxic relationship. But for me personally, I don't necessarily want to speak on that because I think a lot of people have different expectations or boundaries, so I just feel like that's a very touchy subject for a lot of people. But personally, I would just say the underlying factor between every toxic relationship is just when it's detrimental to your mental health, to your emotions, and it's constantly making you feel less than positive. Obviously you don't always have to be positive every day. You may get in an argument with someone, but if you're constantly feeling like in a negative mood or not at your best self, then I would say that's probably a toxic relationship. Okay, your thoughts on the talking stage. That, oh my gosh. Okay, so my thoughts on the talking stage, I just say live your best life. I don't know. That could also be misinterpreted, but I just feel like if you're only talking to someone, like it depends. If that person makes it clear that they're trying to be exclusive with you and like, but doesn't necessarily want to put a title on it, I mean, do as you please. I personally think the talking stage means we're not exclusive. That means, you know, like if you haven't put a ring on her, if you haven't like specifically said, I want you to be mine, then the line is waiting, babe. Like, come on, step it up. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't take me seriously. But yeah, I just feel like it kind of depends on that person. I personally would say like a talking stage means you're not exclusive, which means you're not dating, which means the rules don't necessarily apply the same way they would if you were dating. I don't know. That's my opinion. But I would also say like if you're on the talking stage for like years at a time, girl, give him up. Or sorry, give her up. Or girl, give her up. Literally anything. Like if you are on the talking stage for too long, then maybe you should just let someone else have a turn, because I just feel like it's unnecessary to be only talking to someone. Like it gets tiring after a while. Hygiene or body confidence, both of those things are key to my personal like well-being. And what I mean by that, everyone has a different hygiene routine. Everyone has a different way of upkeeping their hygiene. You can't expect everyone's body to be the same, like chemically or whatever it may be. Everyone has a different routine of hygiene, so just do what works best for you. Don't, now this could be very like, I don't know the word, like this could go one or two ways, because I know a lot of us, especially me, I love watching hygiene routine videos. Come hygiene shopping with me. I've made a hygiene video. Y'all should check it out. It'll be on one of these sides. But anyways, you know, a lot of us can like get discouraged if we see these girls, especially on TikTok, because the girls on TikTok, they just too much. I don't know how they be doing it. They spend $50 at Target, and girl, I could never. But everyone obviously has their own sense of self-care and hygiene, or sense of hygiene. So I would just say, do what works best for you, do what makes you feel good, feel healthy, feel fresh, and that if it works for you, then that's all that matters. Body confidence, this is a very touchy subject because it's so prevalent in everyone's life, prevalent in my life, prevalent in your life probably. Like, everyone, I'm sure, struggles with body confidence. And I personally, and I think social media has a lot to do with a lot of things, but I think social media definitely disrupts like us feeling our best, especially in regards to body confidence. I would say just try your best. And a lot of people literally will be like, don't compare yourself to others and you'll love your body. And I don't think that's true at all. But try your best to try to love the person you are and the body that you have, because I promise you, every person, even if they say they don't, I promise you every person probably has at least one insecurity regarding their body or regarding any physical feature that they have. So don't feel any less or any worse, because everyone is fighting a similar battle of having that sense of self-love or confidence. Especially on social media. Like, I used to follow a lot of girls on social media because I would like love the way they looked. I thought they had a really nice figure. I thought they had a really healthy body. So I was like, you know, I would use them to try to build my own confidence. I'd be like, oh, this is the body I aspire to have. This is the body shape I want to have. But that's really not healthy. You shouldn't constantly be comparing yourself to others and their bodies, because everyone has their own for a reason. Now, if it is something that you genuinely want to better and you wish to have a certain figure, then okay, of course, you know, work on that in a healthy way. Please work on that in a healthy way, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's, I guess, changing your meals. I don't want to like say anything that's incorrect, but you know, if you're changing your eating habits in a healthy way, whatever it may be, you of course obviously have that freedom to try to better your body and your figure. But please learn to love yourself regardless. Learn to love your body regardless, even if you're aspiring to have a certain figure or a certain body type, which is 100% okay. But please learn to love yourself in your own body regardless, because I promise someone is looking at you and probably thinking, wow, I wish I had her body, or I wish I had his body, I wish I had their body. And then when you go home, you're thinking the same thing about all these people on social media, or whatever the case may be. So please just learn to love yourself and love the body that you have. Be confident in the body that you have, because at the end of the day, again, when we leave this earth, we only have ourselves and our own experiences. So I think it's very important to value yourself and value the body and the temple that you are in. What do you do when you feel you need space? This is very similar to the self-care question, so I'd probably leave it at that. But like I said, I just take a self-care day, take time to myself, whether that be sitting in the car, coming to speak to you guys on camera, going for a drive to Starbucks, just sitting in my car listening to music, whatever it may be. I usually just do that when I need space or a sense of like my own time, which everyone deserves, by the way. And next question. So this person asked, what are some red flags to notice in a guy? So I'm gonna change it and say a guy, girl, anything. So what are some red flags to notice in someone? I feel like this again kind of relates to, I'm assuming this is relating to like relationships. So I would say when that person is just not making you feel yourself. And I always say this, and I want to make sure that it's not being misinterpreted, but when someone is like getting used to you, I feel like a lot of times people get in a relationship and then they're like the honeymoon stage, right? They like love the person they're with, they cherish that person, give them all their time, love them so much, and they like do everything to show that. But if you're like dating for a while, or if you're just in a friendship with someone for a while, I think a lot of times that person can kind of not even detach from you, but stop giving that same energy. In my opinion, that's a red flag, because if you're not valuing me the same way that you were when we initially started dating, and you're kind of getting used to me, then why are we still dating? Like, why are we still having this friendship? Because you're not valuing me at the same way. So I personally think that's a red flag. But I would also say, like, people that are just gaslighting you, people that are being manipulative, people that are making your emotions feel less, making you feel less, constantly saying things that suppress your feelings, your thoughts, your opinions, or just someone that's not giving you the right freedom and space to share your own thoughts. If that person is constantly reacting negatively to anything you say or anything you do, then that's a red flag. And I highly suggest that you find a way to kind of detach yourself from them, because that is not energy that you need in your life. Okay, someone asked how to get a relationship. Step one, don't. That's terrible, but like, if you have to try to aim towards getting a relationship and it's not just like naturally built, if that makes sense, like if you have to strive to push yourself and get a relationship with someone, then you probably don't need it. Like, I feel like relationships are meant to be built off of friendships, so I'm sure just constantly talking to someone, getting to know that person, building that friendship with someone, and then if you learn to have a connection or a love between each other, then there's a relationship. I'm sure your relationship will arise. Talk about your feelings. But yeah, just don't get a relationship. I don't know. Okay guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Hopefully it wasn't too short, because I know I can talk a lot. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments any other videos that you would like to see, because I want to make videos that you guys would like to see, make content that you actually enjoy watching. So please don't hesitate to tell me like anything you would like to see, because I love making videos that are like not always the same aesthetic or the same niche. So please give me some ideas, because I would love to do them. I'm so sorry if I talk a lot with my hands. I'm really trying to learn how to stop doing that. I'm really sorry. But again, thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so much. Thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. We may end up making a cake or doing a little celebration for the 1,000 subscribers in a few weeks in time. That will come. Yes, thank you all so much for watching. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.